welcome to Hot Gossip.
We're your hosts,
Rainbow Dream,
and me, Sunshine Buttercup.
And in today's show, we will be taking a slightly different approach.
Yes, indeed. Today we're diving into the world of science.
As temperatures are rising due to climate change, crop yield failures is becoming a big issue.
Indeed. Current predictions are showing the probability of crop yield failure to be as much as 25 times higher by 2050.
And as a result, it is now said that 828 million people go to bed hungry every night.
But scientists think they have a solution to our problem.
Of course they do.
A relatively old method of breeding crops has had a new update, which scientists believe could prevent any future crop yield failure.
You guessed it. Today we will be talking about the controversial topic of GM.
And last week we spoke to two scientists who believe in its magic. Hello and welcome back to Hot Gossip. And today we are also joined by Dr. Helena and Dr. Tabitha, who are going to tell us all about GM.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for having us in to talk to you today.
No worries.
Yes, such an important issue that we want to get people talking about, so this is great.
So ladies, my first question for you is, what is GM?
Well, GM just stands for genetic modification, which involves improving the characteristics of plants so they can be better used by people.
Okay.
But what does GM do for us, and why are you so convinced that we need it?
Well, we're really excited about the possibility of using genetic modification to create climate-resistant crops that will be resilient to all kinds of changing weather, like droughts and flooding. This means we'll be able to grow them in places that they wouldn't have even been able to survive before.
So, obviously this is all good news and stuff, but what other incentives are there to grow GM?
Apart from feeding the future population.
Yeah.
Well, I can answer this one. So not only is GM key to feeding a future population, but it's also a way to deliver key vitamins to people.
Right, but why would we care about that?
Yeah.
Well, as we've seen with golden rice, which is infused with vitamin A helps to support a healthy immune system, which can reduce your risk of acne and keep you hydrated, giving your skin a healthy glow, as well as a whole host of other benefits.
So what you're saying is that I can get nice skin by eating GM crops?
Yeah.
Nice.
We also haven't even got on to discussing how buying GM crops can help you save money.
Okay, do tell.
Well, many GM crops are able to grow using less water and pesticides, and this means that farmers will be able to grow crops more cheaply, and therefore food prices will be lower.
I see no flaw to this plan.
One thing we might be forgetting, freaky side effects. I don't want to grow an extra limb just because I decided to trust new science.
Yeah, and I have heard that GM contains a high level of toxins.
And can alter our DNA.
Well, all of this misinformation is actually one of the main reasons we want to get people talking about GM crops again. We've been genetically engineering crops for hundreds of years through selective breeding. Like, farmers have chosen the best and biggest and tastiest carrots or potatoes and so on, and have bred them together so that they can keep growing great crops for us.
Although this particular way of genetic engineering crops is fairly new, there have been over 100 research studies comparing the effects of traditional food to GM crops since its commercialization, and there have been no evidence of any ill effects from eating approved GM crops.
So, no toxins?
No.
And no changes to my DNA?
No.
It's just making crops more resilient and more nutritious.
Well, folks, you heard it here first.
Indeed, there may be a light at the end of the tunnel.
And I don't know about you, but I'm on board with the GM crew.
So what are we waiting for?
Well, actually, we do need to try and convince governments to lift the restrictions that are on GM crops so that we can...
Jeez, guys, one problem at a time, please.
Oh, okay. These scientists getting ahead of themselves?
Why then? So rude. How much time do they think we have?
Speaking of which, I'm afraid that it's time for us to go.
I know. Sad times indeed.
But we will see you next week.
With a special on Kylie Jenner and what beauty hacks she's kept hidden from you.
Once again, we are your hosts, Rainbow Dream.
And me, Sunshine Buttercup. Bye for
Bye-bye
now.
now.